So I'll tell you an analogy first, then I'll tell you the scientific theory. So ionic bond is like getting married. A guy has a diamond ring, want to give to a woman. A woman wants to receive a diamond ring to get married. Because of that, then a guy and a woman can get married. Similarly, in sodium atom, sodium you may consider is a guy. As you can see that the outermost shell electron, it only has one electron, so it does not fulfill the octet rule. Which one will be easier? For the sodium to get 7 more electrons or to lose 1 electron? Which one is easier for the sodium to do? Of course, losing 1 electron is easier. So this electron is like the diamond ring. For chlorine atom, it's like a woman. This woman, it has 7 electrons on the outermost shell. Which one is easier for the chlorine atom to do? To lose 7 electrons or to gain 1 extra electron to fulfill octet rule? Of course, it's to gain just 1 more electron, then it will be good. And it's just like a woman, she want to get married, she want to get a diamond. So the guy has a diamond ring to give, the woman wants to get a diamond ring. So what happened? They get married. So the guy completely transferred the diamond ring to the woman, and they form something called an ionic bond. The reason we call it ionic bond because after the sodium gave the 1 electron from the outermost shell, it becomes positively charged. Why? Because the number of protons in the sodium remain unchanged, but it has 1 less electron. Because of that, it becomes 1 positive. For sodium, for chlorine, it becomes negatively charged. We call it a negative ion. We call it positive ion for sodium and negative ion for the chloride. We call it chloride ion is negative. The reason is that it has 1 more negatively charged electron, but the number of protons remain the same. That makes the entire chlorine becomes 1 minus. In other words, some element, they can gain or lose more than 1 electron. If they gain 2 electrons, then it will become 2 negative. If it lose 2 electrons, it becomes 2 positive. You can gain or lose more than 1 electron. But in this case, sodium and chloride is only losing 1 electron and gaining 1 electron. And you may assume that the ionic bond is basically the attraction between the oppositely charged. Because it is positively charged, it is negatively charged. Because of that, the opposite charge attract each other. And then it forms the ionic bond. So that is the story of ionic bond. Remember, it's like getting married, officially getting married, because it is the complete transfer of your diamond ring to your wife. So example of sodium chloride, of course, is our table salt. If we look at the table salt under the microscope, you can see that they are in a cube shape. It's a crystal cube. Because the way the sodium chloride, they arrange each other, it looks like a cube shape. The second bond that we talk about is covalent bond. Covalent bond, the keyword is share. They only share electron. They only share is not a complete transfer electron. My analogy is like cohabitation. It's not a formal marriage, but cohabitation. The most famous example is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Well, not many people nowadays know them, but they know Goldie Hawn's daughter. What's the name of Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Jennifer?
I forgot.
Oh, Kate.
Kate Hudson. Yeah, Kate Hudson. Most of the young people know Kate Hudson, but they don't know that Kate Hudson is actually the daughter of Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they have never get married, but they have a cohabitation relationship for a long time, but their relationship is very strong, stronger than many officially married couple. Similarly, covalent bond is also very strong, but it is not official marriage because they only share everything. They only share the electron. So this is the analogy of covalent bond. So what is the scientific explanation for that? Is that you have two atoms. In this case, 200 atoms. Each one has one electron on the outermost shell. But how do they become stable? Is that they have to gain one more electron, so that the first electron shell will have two electrons. Then they will become stable. When hydrogen has two electrons in the outermost shell, it will make them look like helium. That's how we call helium as the noble gas. So they want to become a noble gas. So what do? They come together and share the electron. When they share the electron, then each hydrogen atom will have two electrons on the outermost shell. Then they become stabilized, like a noble gas. And then we use a straight line to signify that it is a bond. So you have structural formula, you have molecular formula, we just put it H2. H2 is a hydrogen gas. So remember, they each share one electron to each other, so that each atom looks like they have two electrons. And this is the covalent bond, sharing of the electron. And oxygen gas. Oxygen gas is similar. Originally, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have 6 electrons on the outermost shell. So they want to have 8 electrons on the outermost shell. What do? They come together, and each atom share 2 electrons to each other. When they share 2 electrons to each other, they have each atom will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then each atom will appear to have 8 electrons. And from the hydrogen example, 2 electrons form a bond. In oxygen example, 4 electrons form 2 bonds. That's why we draw 2 lines here. We call it double bond. Now the shape of the molecule. What we saw from previous page, they are not in the 3D. We only show you in the 2D structure. In the 3D structure, they determine the function of it. You will learn a lot about different biological molecules. They have different functions because of the different shape. The shape determines the function. To illustrate a basic rule is called structure follow function. Structure follow function. You will see this repeatedly in anatomy and in physiology. In here, the shape of the molecule also determines their function. When a molecule has 2 atoms, they are linear. That means they are a straight line. But for methane gas, it has 5 atoms, 1 carbon atom in the center, and then 4 hydrogen atoms surrounding the carbon atom. We call it tetrahedral shape. So how does it look like? So in the plane structure, so we can see that here, hydrogen atom only has 1 electron, so it can only share 1 electron with carbon. But carbon has 4 electrons on the outermost shell and the second shell. So carbon share all 4 electrons. And then each electron share with 1 hydrogen atom. So therefore carbon, the outermost electron shell has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. For each hydrogen atom, they have 2 electrons. So that everyone appear to fulfill the octet rule in this case. And because each pair, they only need 2 electrons. So that it is a 1 single bond for each hydrogen atom. And then we call it CH4. And this is the methane gas structure. In the 3D model, it looks like this. We call this tetrahedral shape. They are the hydrogen atom, because you have 2 electrons sharing here. As you know, the same charge repel each other. So that the negatively charged here, the negatively charged, they will try to stay away from each other as much as possible. And then the angle that allows them to stay away from each other as much as possible is 109 degrees. You don't need to memorize the 109 degrees. But you just need to understand that why would they form a tetrahedral shape? Because the bond, the covalent bond, they want to stay away from each other as much as possible. This space building model is like the one that is closest to the reality. So in reality, you don't see the stick here. In reality, they are like this. They just stick with each other. You don't see the straight line. So this is more like in reality. If you look at the molecule under the electron microscope, well, it looks something like this. Okay.